In 1607, a group of 104 English men and boys arrived in North America. They founded the Jamestown Colony, the first permanent English settlement in what is now the United States. These settlers faced numerous hardships. The land was marshy and the water not suitable for drinking. Many colonists fell ill from disease. Despite these challenges, help from the local Powhatan tribe and leadership of John Smith helped the colony to survive its early years. The Jamestown Colony laid the foundation for future colonies in America. It is a testament to human perseverance and the beginning of a new chapter in history. In 1620, a group of 102 passengers embarked on a historic journey across the ocean. They traveled on a ship called the Mayflower, seeking a new life in America. The journey was long and difficult, lasting 66 days. The Mayflower passengers were called pilgrims. After weeks at sea, they finally landed in what is now known as Plymouth, Massachusetts. They were greeted by harsh weather and an unfamiliar land. With help from indigenous people, the pilgrims learned to plant crops like corn, and they began to build a community. This cooperation was essential for their survival through the first tough winter. The Plymouth colony became one of the first successful English settlements in America. It marked the beginning of many challenges and triumphs in the early years of the New World. In the year 1776, something very special happened in America. It was the Declaration of Independence. This was when the 13 American colonies told England that they wanted to be free from British rule. The Declaration was mostly written by Thomas Jefferson with help from others. It explained why the colonies wanted to be free and emphasized that everyone deserves life, liberty, and happiness. On July 4, 1776, the Continental Congress approved the Declaration, marking the birth of a new nation, the United States of America. This day is celebrated every year as Independence Day. The Declaration of Independence is very important. It shows the American spirit of freedom and reminds us about the fight for equal rights. Its powerful message lives on even today. In 1787, a group of important men gathered in a grand hall in Philadelphia. They met to write an important document for the United States called the Constitution. It was a very hot summer, and they worked hard for months to finish it. On September 17, 1787, the United States Constitution was finally signed by 39 men. This document created the framework for the government and guaranteed certain rights for the people. The Constitution was meant to be a living document. This means it could be changed or amended as needed. Over the years, many amendments have been added to ensure equality and fairness. Today, the U.S. Constitution continues to guide and govern the nation. It remains a symbol of freedom and democracy. Understanding its history helps us appreciate the rights and responsibilities it established. In 1803, the United States made a historically significant land deal known as the Louisiana Purchase. This agreement doubled the size of the country overnight. President Thomas Jefferson saw the opportunity to purchase the vast territory from France as a way to expand the nation, securing an area of over 828,000 square miles. The purchase cost just $15 million, which is about 4 cents an acre. This extraordinary deal provided new opportunities for settlement and resource exploration. The Louisiana Purchase paved the way for America to become a transcontinental nation, fueling dreams and adventures on the western frontier. In 1861, the American Civil War began between the Confederacy and the Union, deciding the fate of slavery and the future of the United States. The Battle of Gettysburg in 1863 was one of the war's turning points. This intense 3-day battle resulted in a Union victory. In 1864, General Sherman led his troops on a march to the sea, devastating the Confederate infrastructure and hastening the end of the war. The Civil War ended on April 9, 1865, when General Robert E. Lee surrendered at Appomattox Courthouse, marking the Union's victory and the preservation of the nation. In 1863, the United States changed forever with President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation. This historical document declared that all enslaved people in the Confederate States were to be set free. It was a huge step towards ending slavery in America. The Emancipation Proclamation didn't immediately end slavery, but it was a turning point. It shifted the Civil War's focus to freedom, inspiring countless enslaved individuals to seek liberation, and allowed African Americans to join the Union Army. While this was a groundbreaking document, full freedom would come a bit later with the adoption of the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery in December 1865. The Emancipation Proclamation was a crucial first step towards equality. The Emancipation Proclamation is celebrated for its role in shaping a nation committed to liberty. Every step towards equality is echoed in its legacy, reminding us of the importance of resilience and justice. October 1929, the stock market crashed in the United States. This event marked the beginning of the Great Depression, which affected millions worldwide. Many people lost their jobs, homes, and savings as the economy struggled. As businesses failed, unemployment rates soared and families struggled to find food and shelter. Breadlines became a common sight in major cities across the country. In rural areas, things were not any easier. Many farmers couldn't sell their crops. Dust storms added to the hardships, ruining harvests and turning farmlands into dust bowls. Despite the tough years, communities came together. People helped each other through shared resources and resilience, paving the way for recovery and new economic policies. World War II lasted from 1939 to 1945. Many countries were involved in a war that changed the entire world. From Europe to Asia, battles were fought in a real fight between good and bad. During the war, soldiers fought bravely on the front lines. They experienced freezing cold, hot desert sands, and dangerous jungles. Their sacrifice was unimaginable. In 1945, World War II ended, but not before leaving scars on the world. Cities were destroyed and millions of lives were lost. Yet this marked the start of a new era of peace. The world learned many lessons from World War II. It shaped the future and brought countries together, forming alliances that continue to work for global peace today. In 1964, the United States made a historic decision. The Civil Rights Act was passed, which outlawed major forms of discrimination against racial, ethnic, national, and religious minorities and women. This act was a significant step in the fight for equality, prohibiting segregation in schools, at the workplace, and by facilities that serve the general public. However, the journey was not easy. Many brave individuals faced hardships and even danger in their fight for equal rights and justice. Today, we honor the contributions of civil rights leaders and everyday citizens who stood up for justice, ensuring a better future for all generations. Did you know Presidents Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy have some eerie coincidences? They were both elected to Congress exactly 100 years apart. Lincoln was elected in 1846, while Kennedy was elected in 1946. Amazingly, Lincoln and Kennedy were also elected as presidents exactly 100 years apart. Lincoln became president in 1860, and Kennedy took office a century later in 1960. Their lives followed some mirroring events. Both presidents were tragically assassinated on a Friday. Lincoln and Kennedy were both shot in the head while sitting beside their wives. Their successors were both named Johnson, born exactly 100 years apart. Curiously, their assassins, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, were also born about 100 years apart. Both assassins shared the fate of being killed before being brought to trial.